Hi, everyone. It is me, Jordan Long here, and today I am with Jesus the Healer, the Freer, the Son of God, the King of King, the Kaiser Kaiser, the Lord of Lord, the Earl of Earls, the Kingling of Rest, the Son of God, and he has many other ranks, and all of them are would make a long film if I gave you a list of all his ranks. And today we're going to talk with him today. I get to meet with him again. Hi, Jesus. First off, I just want to say thank you for being my Lord and my freer and my healer. And thank you for going to die for me. And thank you for taking beatings for me. And thank you for taking on my sins for those beatings. And thank you for your death and your blood that was spilt. And thank you for, taking on my sins, including my sins away. And overcoming sin and overcoming death. And giving me not only love and forgiveness and an afterlife, which I always had through God, but now having love and forgiveness, afterlife, and a stead in heaven through God and through you. Jesus, thank you for all that. Well, Jordan, you are welcome, my daughter. You know? So God so loved the world so much, and God loved mankind and womankind so much, more than anyone can think. He gave us a child. He gave us a gift. And that gift was his own son, me. And yes, God was willing to make things right. He was willing to clean away all of mankind and womankind's sins and make them be as clean as the day they were first made. And you are welcome. Since God loved you so much and I loved you so much too, I was willing to go through all that. And God, my Father, was willing to put me all through all that because we both knew that good was going to come out of that. Yeah, I know that. I know that we are still sinful, but through God and through you, we are good. And that it was only through God and through you that our sins get taken down and cleaned away. And only through God and only through you we get our stead in heaven. But I always wondered, a lot of folks say that only folks who believe in you and worship you and onlook you and love you get to heaven through God and through you, Jesus. Is that true? No, my child. All of mankind and womankind's sins were taken down and cleaned away. Everyone has a stead in heaven through God and through me. If they choose to believe it, or if they choose not to believe it, then even if they choose to believe it or they choose not to believe it, they still have that gift. I don't know why so many folks out there seem to think that it's only one that seem to think that for because the grounds to why they think why they believe that, Jesus, is that it says only through you and only through God do we get to heaven. Well, that's what it means. That only God and me only means you can only get to heaven through God and me means that only through what God did and what I did is the only way you get to heaven. That through my death and through my death I took on the sins, and through my death those sins were cleaned away. So that's how you get to heaven, is through God and through me. It does not mean that only those who believe in me or worship me or love me get to heaven, but even those who do not believe in me, do not love me, or do not worship me, they get into heaven too. Yes, you're right about that. And one more thing, Jesus. A lot of folks make a big deal about what kind you were. Some folks say you're white, some folks say you're black. No one really seems to know. My daughter Jordan, it does not care if I was black or white or whatever kind I was. I was still the Son of God. I still did wonders, and God still did wonders, and I did wonders too. I still made the blind see and the deaf hear. I still made the lame walk. I still healed folks of illnesses and handicaps. I still cast out fiends. I still took on the sins of all mankind and womankind through beatings. I cleaned away the sins of mankind and womankind through my death. And I did overtake sin and overtake death. I did beat Lucifer, and God and me beat Lucifer. We overtook sin and death, and we gave everyone their stead in heaven, with their sins taken down and cleaned away. No need if I was black or white or whatever kind God has made. Well, I love you, Jesus, and I am thankful for everything God has done and everything you have done and everything you and God are still doing for us. And I love you too, Jordan. So I hope everyone likes that film. And keep in mind, you should not only be happy for Jesus one day out of a year, but you should always be happy for Jesus all year round. Because God and Jesus give you kinship, and that kinship is forever. Anyway, if you like that film, follow me over here at the Jordan Long Fairway, which is the name of the YouTube Fairway, and the handle is the Jordan Long Show is my YouTube Fairway's name, but the handle is the Jordan Long Fairway. Watch the other film I made yesterday over here, the last film I made with Father Yule, and I'll see you later. Have a happy Yule to you, happy gathering of lights, and a happy gathering of followership. Goodbye.